And welcome to another episode of Strangers in the Alps, a movie podcast, where every week we discuss movies. And now we're doing themes. And our theme right now is...
This month we're doing remakes, but what makes it special is that it's not just any remakes, it's remakes of movies we've seen previously. Mm-hmm. So we highly encourage everybody to listen to our other ones.
To our previous podcast. We never did the original of this movie.
We never did the original of this movie.
As far as I know, yes, we did.
We didn't do the original of this one.
We did.
But then, however, with this one, we want to talk about the remakes and the other ones we've seen.
Well, let's not
put
the audience in suspense. My name is Dan.
My name is Travis.
Sam.
My name is Frank, and I was good to you, audience.
I was good to you. I was good to
Travis, I know there's no way that you actually are ready to read the back of the VHS.
No.
Well, can you?
I don't need to. I can just describe the whole movie.
Okay, go for it.
Shot for shot.
In 3 sentences, please.
Oh.
Rob Zombie remakes Halloween. White trash.
There we go. So the movie we're covering today is Rob Zombie's Halloween, a remake of the original Halloween, which was what year? 88?
No,
earlier, 84?
78.
78.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, you're right. It was 78. Okay.
And this one was?
2007.
Yeah, Dan, you don't remember your 40s?
Wow. So, I guess we should start with pre-thoughts.
Are you forgetting again where you are?
Do we have enough? Do we need to do a bigger stroke on the plot, or are we just good because it is a remake of the original?
I'll go into that.
And we can assume
I'll
that enough people know the original that they know basically. I mean, there are differences, obviously.
Yeah, but that can be part of our discussion.
Difference.
Well, there's a big difference, but it's still the original Halloween.
Yeah, we can make that part of our discussion. We don't need to make
okay,
like
yeah. So then let's... Okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say, no, we'll say it after the pre-thoughts.
Let's do pre-thoughts. I will start. I had heard of this movie, surprisingly. I used to listen to a morning show called Mark and Brian. They were on KLOS from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. or 6 to 10. And they would have Rob Zombie on.
He was awake that early?
He was one of their guests. They probably had him on like 5-6 times. He was a very glib, very entertaining, really good interview. You know, very, very, very entertaining, fun guy. But so I remember him talking about the making of this movie, the remake, and everybody, you know, and of course Mark and Brian were very supportive and excited about it. But then I remember hearing after it opened that it was not considered to be very good. Now I wouldn't have gone to it anyway. I did see the original Halloween, which I really, really liked. But I would have never gone to this. And then I heard it wasn't good. So anyway, that's my pre-thought. That's as far as I got with it until you guys made me watch it. Go ahead, Travis. You probably saw it in the theater. You were like 16 when it came out.
No, you want to know something crazy?
Oh.
I do. Make it really
He hasn't seen it until now.
No, I hadn't seen it until like we did
Yesterday.
this podcast.
You're serious?
I've never seen it before.
Oh, you never saw it?
No, never saw it.
So what was your then let's roll back to 2007. Why didn't you go see it? I'm shocked.
I don't know. That's the thing. I was in 10th grade. Okay, I was in 10th grade when it came out, and I had actually visited the set of this movie.
Where?
North Hills.
Okay.
Because someone I knew, friend's dad, was working on the film, so he took us to the set of the movie.
Oh, nice.
And no, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. The hospital that this movie was filmed in was actually an abandoned mental hospital. So a lot of the stuff was just left out. Like everyone left. So my friends and I decided, let's go like urban explore it in the sections they weren't filming in.
Nice.
So we were going in, walking, and this is the first time, I thought this was just in movies, where we had a flashlight and we'd shine it across and you couldn't see the end of the hallway. And we decided, let's split up. So we split up. We were walking. We all got lost.
Sounds like the movie.
And then it was funny because I ended up just being like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the roof. So I went to the roof. We were going, and my friends, we all met up there. And then we opened the door to leave. And right when we opened it, my friend's dad jumped out and scared all of us.
So how is this the pre-thoughts?
My pre-thoughts were, even though all this
had a
aside,
scary experience on set.
all this aside,
much scarier than probably what you saw in the movie.
My thing is, I remember that I just. You know me, I'll watch sequels to anything.
This is what shocks me, because Halloween is such a huge movie.
It's just,
and you probably saw all the sequels up until then.
I've seen every Halloween movie except
Of
for
course you have.
this one and the two. I just never had an interest.
Okay, that's fair.
The
But you've seen other
reputation.
Rob Zombie movies.
Unfortunately.
Was this his first movie?
No, his first one was House of a Thousand Corpses from like 2001 or 2.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
He had done a few before this. I don't know.
And
It's
then
just
he did Devil's Rejects in 2005, I think.
yeah,
And
and
that was
then-
not very good.
Yeah,
I heard that's
Great
like
title,
his
though.
best movie.
I feel like 1,000 Corpses. Anyway,
Yeah.
two very kind of different movies.
This was his third. This was 2007.
So Sam, what are your pre-thoughts? When
I-
did you see it originally? Like yesterday?
well, last week. And
Oh
then,
wow! So this is your first viewing.
Yeah. I had.
Frank.
This will be. Hold on. This will be. I had a journey with this movie, if I may go on a
Please,
tangent.
please.
So last week, right? Watched it. Actually, forgot about it that we were doing a podcast. Tuesday, watched it, and then things got canceled. So I was like, "Great, turn it off." Went to bed, and then I watched it. I tried watching on Sunday, fell asleep. Tried watching it yesterday, fell asleep, and then today I was like, "No, I have to watch this. Like, I have to." And then I turned on Beep, and it just wouldn't work. And I was like, "Thank God."
It's a sign.
And I was like, maybe it'd be really fun if I just go to the podcast and be like, "Hey, I only saw an hour and 9 minutes of this. Tell me the rest."
Oh,
But then that didn't happen. I finished it.
okay.
But my pre-thought, was that I heard about this and I kept forgetting about it, and then here we are.
Okay.
But-
Frank, you've seen it, I'm
oh.
sure, 15 times.
Dan,
I've seen it 2 or 3 times.
Sit down, watch, or background doing other stuff? 'Cause I know you. You have
sit
two-
down and watch.
Okay.
One. The first time I saw it was to like get it over with,
No,
Band-Aid.
because I knew that it had a reputation. I didn't see it in theaters. And the second time I was like, you know what? Maybe I misjudged it. Let me see. And then the third time was for this podcast.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the,
So
the-
nobody has a real deep dive
But
on this
I-
movie, meaning like have seen it so
I-
much that they're
Dan,
just...
I think so
No.
too. Oh, sorry.
no, that's it.
I think it's reputation too, because for me, I think it kind of came out. I was 16, so I didn't see it in theaters, and I don't think at the same time I also had much interest. But I think, like I said, I had heard it was kind of like brutal, and because of that, I just kind of avoided it. And then I heard everyone said, "Oh, the sequel was awful," so I was like, "Why do I even want to watch the first one?" And then I think with them,
He
then-
did Halloween 2 as well, right?
yes,
Yeah.
and then
Oh, I
I
didn't know
think,
that.
and then I think with the David Gordon Green, those ones from like 2018 and on, I was just like, well, if this is just completely like non-canon anymore and anything, like, just why does it matter?
Yeah.
what was the reputation? That it was gory?
That and it was just kind of brutal and just kind of like not
We
great.
can... Yeah.
Good.
And
We can
I think
discuss
and
why
I
it's
think
brutal, though.
well, and I think one of the main reasons too was because people had talked about it. It was more like, oh well, we're gonna show Michael Myers in his childhood and show him why he is the way. And I was just kind of like
the origin story
the
there,
origin
front
story,
end.
and I'm just like,
I got a
I
story.
don't need to see that. Like I like how in the original movie, it's a 2-minute scene. The POV shot with him walking up, putting the mask on, it explains everything. I don't need to
I think
know.
the less you know about his background, the
Yeah,
scarier he
because-
is.
Agreed,
and-
yeah.
It's like Strangers, whatever that movie is, where they just show up to the house and why are you killing us?
Strangers,
Because you
yeah.
answered
Because
the door. That's way scarier than
there's-
I got a whole reason why. I
Well,
don't. Care.
And that's the thing. Now seeing this one, like I paused it after he gets arrested. Margaret gets arrested, and that whole thing is about 30 minutes.
Oh God.
It takes 30 minutes. But I think even with the explanations, it's just kind of like Michael had a bad childhood. That's why he's evil. It's like, okay. And then Loomis writes the book. Is like, this boy is the embodiment of evil. He's the Antichrist. I'm like, why? We don't see much. I mean, I'm not trying to discount, like, yeah, he like killed his family. Like, that's bad. That's evil. But I'm like, in what? Is there something they're not
Yeah.
showing us?
Right.
No.
But I think it's because, Dan, do you know the backstory
They're
behind?
assuming that what you saw was enough justification for him to be doing what he was doing.
But do you know the original like pitch for this whole movie?
This particular
This
version.
particular
I do
version?
not.
Okay. So what Rob Zombie wanted to do was he always wanted to do 2 films, Halloween and Halloween 2. But the first film the ending was supposed to be him escaping the hospital. So Laurie Strode, the whole first movie, would actually be the second movie.
Okay.
So that's why I feel like maybe stuff got cut, because
Thank God.
I think my main thing,
Even
the differences with the movies, even the way they're structured, was I feel like the second, once we are introduced to Laurie and her friends, and we get into the remake of Halloween,
Right.
it's the most rushed movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you were right that it was like it goes by fast.
Well, we can get into that.
It's
Let's get into that.
to me it's sped up, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I almost can't blame the acting for why I didn't like it, because I'm like, well, I also don't know any of these characters besides them just kind of talking a bit in their conversations. But other than that, I'm like, I don't know who any of you are.
Well, acting, I don't think was the reason why this movie has issues. I want to tell a quick story about the versions that I saw and didn't.
Yes.
So I originally was trying to get it. I couldn't get it to stream on Beep, but so I said, well, I got to watch it. This is when I thought, what we're going to be talking about tomorrow.
3 weeks ago.
So I got on YouTube and I found it, and I started watching it, and I got about maybe 15, 20 minutes into it, and I looked up in the corner of the YouTube and it said fan edit.
Oh.
This is not actually this is not a studio release. This is a fans edit. So I looked at the length, and it was like 20 minutes shorter than the actual length of the movie. So I said, well, I can't watch this. So I dumped it, and I went back, and I found it on Beep, and I just started watching it. Well, the fan edit literally starts when he's sitting out in front of the house with his mask, and he goes in and kills his family. And that's where the movie starts. So all that stuff that leads up to that moment,
gone,
not in it. It starts there. Now,
Almost
having watched the movie, I was talking to Frank the other day, and he actually said, "Oh yeah, you actually watched what version did I watch?
Unrated."
The unrated?
Yeah, I saw the unrated version.
Yeah, which is 20 minutes longer than the version I watched. It's about 15 minutes long.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you're right, but I don't know what I saw that you didn't see.
I can tell you one big scene that's cut. So there's a scene. I haven't seen it. I just know about it. So you're gonna have to explain not in the detail.
Hopefully,
but
I'll remember.
It's a very important scene, Dan.
It's
very important to the plot.
It's a scene.
That's why they cut it.
I guess when he's escaping the hospital, I guess there's like a rape scene.
Yes.
That's not in the theatrical version. Like that's cut entirely.
I don't remember that.
So I don't know.
How does he escape then?
Well,
because he escapes in that scene.
Well, how he escapes is they take him into the double door, and he just kind of slides out, stabs the person.
Oh, I remember that. Okay,
He's already out at that point.
The two guys took the nurse into the right. Okay, I remember.
Oh, she was a patient.
Wait a minute, she was a patient, and you saw that scene?
Yeah,
You
because
saw the same version I saw.
Yeah.
You saw
On
the
Beep.
When we
unrated
realized that you watched the
that
unrated.
scene where those two goofball. First of all, you guys are not hired in any institution in America, so I don't even know who you are. As soon as that kind of crap happens, I go, "What am I watching?" Okay, so let's go there. Then what they were doing didn't make any sense. Like, you want to rape the girl? Oh no, you want him to. What are we doing here?
Right.
It was just whack. And then of course you're sitting there, like most of the movie. Pardon me. You're sitting there going, all we're doing is structuring scenes for Michael Myers to do something gruesome. That's all we're doing. Especially after we got into it, every scene is just a circumstance to have a killing. That's all I know I'm jumping really fast, but that is really what the movie was.
It's like that from the get-go, yeah, from the young Michael Myers all the way through.
Doing.
Yeah.
So which was it? The two guys that were in like the break room?
I don't remember the break room.
No, the part where they're there and they're like, "Oh, we got to transport this prisoner," and they're like, "Oh yeah, I got."
No, they get the girl out of the cell and say, "Oh, we're gonna take her in there."
See, like I said, this character.
Oh, you got some nice blah blah. It's just disgusting.
This girl or character is not even in the cut that I watched. That's
Right.
why I'm like, I don't know
Exactly.
when this happened.
You never
It's
need to see it.
unnecessary.
You
Exactly.
never
So,
need
like-
to
No,
see
I
it.
don't. That's why I was like, hey, don't. But I didn't know it was the version we owned. That's why I said, oh, like, guys, do not watch the unrated version.
Yeah.
It's 20 minutes longer. There's a big scene in that's not needed. And
You know what's funny? He said that, and then he won't tell us what was the unrated thing. If you would have told us, I would be like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna watch that. Be like, I'll just tell you on the podcast day. So you made me sit there and watch it.
I thought you had already
Yeah.
seen it. That's why.
No, you told us last week.
I thought you had already seen
No,
it.
I'd already seen it.
By
but
proxy,
that's
her
why.
eyes were essayed because
I
of
was
what
already
you've-
deep past that movie before when I found
The
out
Bitty
from
Baddies.
Frank that I
yeah,
watched the
see,
wrong
I thought you had
version.
already. Yeah.
But aren't you glad
on
that
my
you got all
page
that
now.
context, all that really important context?
That explained his.
Okay,
So
let me get to my notes here.
I remember seeing the opening scene first or once because you guys had shown it to me because you guys were making fun of it or something like, oh, you have to see the opening.
Oh,
of this.
the white trashness
Yeah.
of it all.
You mean with the drunken stepfather
Yes.
and the trashy daughter and the trashy stripper mom? And
That's Rob
that's
Zombie's
Robbie
wife.
Zombie's wife, Sheri Moon.
I
So-
actually, I mean, that does not make a Michael Myers. Those
No,
circumstances
and-
do not a Michael Myers make.
And
It
I
is
remember
so stupid.
when they played it, I was
But
like,
you don't understand. His childhood
plot.
was fucked up.
That's what I'm.
Go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
yeah, but I remember watching it and being like, oh, this is the embodiment of like Rob Zombie's work. It's just trailer trash.
It's trailer trash. It's trailer trash.
just
People
icky.
people yelling at each other.
It's just so
and
loud.
and using
a lot of loud.
people yelling at each other using slurs. Like I'm like, why do I?
And then just like the really oversaturated
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
sepia. I don't know.
And yet I still like his music.
Love
It's-
his
Well,
music.
I don't know it well, but I
Love.
mean, I did know that's where he came from.
Yeah.
You know the song Dragula, probably.
Yeah. No, I don't know it well. I mean, I know
Yeah.
I've heard. I just want to say, at the point we're talking about right now, that whole opening, I actually made a note. The Dan meter is low, very.
It's flaccid.
Low. I mean, I'm watching this going, crap. This is the first 15 minutes of the movie. Oh man,
Yeah.
And it's
I
2
am,
hours
I
long.
am not up for this.
You know, it's coming back.
You wouldn't
to me.
believe that they shot
I
this whole
actually-
movie in a
Come
Come
weekend.
back to me now.
Yeah.
What? What's coming back
Well,
to you?
no,
I
what's
think
gonna-
I had seen some of that. Yeah, when we did. That's why from this opening. That's why I wouldn't watch the movie.
Yeah.
But it's
But your opinion's changed, right?
Why was the daughter fingering a bagel?
Because it's edgy, Dan. Duh.
To entice the stepdad, I think.
Okay. I just needed to ask.
You know?
Because I found myself doing a lot of staring at this movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I would see
Yeah.
things happen. I would just stare and I go, oh my goodness.
You don't remember the scene in the original when Jamie Lee Curtis fingers a bagel?
I did not remember that. No.
Oh.
And
oh,
then
no,
she fingered
sorry.
a pumpkin.
Or was that a donut hole that she was?
No. I'm thinking of her performance in Everything Everywhere All at Once. She won an Oscar for it.
Oh, with her big wiener, with her big hot dog fingers.
hot dog.
Her
Man,
big wiener.
Those
Her
were
big
great.
wiener.
There
And
were,
the Bagel of Nothing.
there
The
were a
bagel of nothing.
lot, and I probably perhaps know this more than you guys do, but there were a lot of semi-celebrity people
I can-
all through
Yeah.
this movie.
I can name them.
Yeah.
I can name them.
Okay, Dee
Travis.
Wallace
Was the mom
in
she,
what famous movie?
E.T..
You got it.
And then you had you also had the trucker, the one that owns the truck that Michael Myers kills in the bathroom.
And he was in what?
He was in original Dawn of the Dead. Ken
Wait.
Foree.
Oh yeah. I was thinking of the other guy.
Wait. He's
Then
the
you
he's
also-
the
then you had-
trucker that's got shit on his pants because he didn't finish shitting.
That's right.
And put so the whole movie, Michael Myers is walking around killing people with shit in his pants,
That's exactly right.
which is
Wait,
disgusting.
Smelling
Why did
like
he
a
have shit in his
frickin'.
pants?
Because he was on the shitter and he wasn't done.
He
was
wasn't
like,
done, man.
I'm
He had
not
his
done
taco.
He
yet.
pulled his knife out. He wasn't done, and then Michael Myers just beat the crap out of
he
him.
had
got the
his-
shit all over him.
He put it all back on to like confront Michael.
He had his taco special. Remember, it's like I just had a taco special. And then you had you know who the sheriff? The sheriff is Brad Dourif.
Oh yeah.
Who was in what?
He, I know him from Chucky. He plays in Child's Play.
He was actually in the Academy Award-winning One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
That's what I
Nest.
was gonna say.
I
Lord of the
know,
Rings
and then
too.
he ended up in
Danny
this movie.
Trejo was in this movie.
Danny Trejo.
Trejo.
Danny
World famous
Trejo's
donut
tacos.
seller.
Yeah.
He was in
And
it.
Taco
He
Bell.
played-
Coffee.
He
Yeah.
played the nice janitor guy.
And
He was good to you, Dan.
And
But the one that really blew my mind is Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
in one
He was
quick
the gun
scene.
shop. He was the gun
He was
shop
the
owner.
gun shop owner.
Yeah.
And that just blew my mind. I went, oh my God, that's one of the monkeys.
Well, and then
There was more,
he wasn't famous then, but you know who Tommy Doyle was, right?
You told me, but I forgot.
No, I didn't tell
Oh,
you.
you didn't
Wait,
tell
Tommy
me.
Doyle, which one was he?
the kid in the
Oh,
movie.
Oh,
yeah.
no, I don't know.
He was in Superman.
He was Jimmy
Olsen in Superman.
And
What's
this
his
most
name?
recent one?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and he was
Huh?
the guy Jimmy Olsen in Super. He's also in Booksmart.
Skylar
that's him?
Gazzando.
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for
Oh.
him.
Yeah.
And
Oh
of
my God.
course, Malcolm McDowell,
Yeah, and
who we
So good.
must give at
Who?
least a 5-minute
So
conversation.
good.
We have to give him 5 minutes.
one more, Frank.
He's in a different campy movie, but he's so good.
because
He walked on the set of the wrong movie.
Yeah.
I firmly believe
He
that.
said, "I'm hungry."
apparently,
what do we have?
When's this farce getting started?
I'm just here for the orange juice.
God.
Well, I mean, you two haven't seen it, but we also had an alumni from previous Halloween movie.
Oh, yes.
Is
Jamie.
yeah, the friend. She was in Halloween 4. She was the little girl.
Oh, I have no idea.
You would not know that.
I didn't know that.
But
Danielle Harris.
Yeah, Danielle Harris.
I think we covered all the celebrities, though, right?
Oh,
And this
Sid. There was a lot of alumni because there's also Sid Haig was in it.
Oh, I'm not talking about alumni. I was alumni. Alumni. That's a good word.
Captain
How
Spaulding.
about that alumni?
What was he?
He was the coroner. The guy. Oh, who did this shit? Like with like the grave when it's dug up and there's like the squirrel
I'm not
hanging.
gonna lie to you. I might have been asleep at that point. So
Adrian Barbeau was
Wow,
in it too.
I have to tell you, I have so much respect for you if you could fall asleep in that movie because I was just staring at it
Your
in
favorite.
That's why I fell
disbelief.
asleep, yeah.
I never fell asleep. I wish I would have.
Your favorite actor was actually in the movie too.
Okay, who is
Clint
it?
Howard.
And Clint Howard. I forgot to write
Who's
that
this
down.
Clint
Oh,
Howard?
his
yeah,
Ron
that was
Howard's
so
brother.
random.
Oh, okay. What was he?
He's always in Ron Howard movies.
Well, and then I
What was he in the movie?
He was just one scene. He was.
Oh, okay.
He was a doctor.
forgive me, Frank.
Right.
Frank, forgive me because I don't.
You're forgiven.
Udo Kier, like what's
Udo Kier?
Yeah, he's in the movie too.
Yes, he is.
But apparently in the theatrical version that I saw, he's only in like one shot, but he has a couple scenes in the unrated version.
Oh, then we must
Yeah.
have seen him.
And Bill
I might have been asleep.
And Bill Moseley, Chop Top from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is one of the security guards
Okay.
From the original Texas.
from the original Texas.
I think I gotta watch this movie all
So
over
Rob
again.
Zombie
No,
all over.
dipped into the
All
slasher
over.
world and brought all
Well-
these
well,
guys
here's
on
the-
for
well,
his own fun
But
and amusement.
not exactly, because a lot of these people in the movie are like Rob Zombie alumni. Like they were also in Devil's Rejects. Some of I don't know. Like
House of a Thousand
he just
Corpses.
has
Rob
his,
Zombie
else
likes
in-
dipping into the past to bring actors.
well,
into
that's what he's trying to do. He wants to just create the movies that he would see at like a drive-in in like the 70s.
You would not be seeing this in the 70s.
But the
Well, I'm
thing-
saying his
the thing-
aesthetic, like
The thing that's
Rated X.
interesting to me about, and since we're doing sequels as our theme this month,
remakes.
Yes.
remakes, sorry. The thing that's interesting to me, and I was talking, I think, to Travis about this, there's like a handful of movies that, look, everything's fair game. So I'm not saying you can't make a remake, but there are a handful of movies that you just should not remake. Because what are you doing?
Yeah.
The original Halloween,
That's a staple.
regardless of being one of the top, I would put top 5, 10 maybe, of this genre ever made, is that you just don't touch it.
Because what
What are you gonna do? And you learned absolutely nothing from John Carpenter in this remake you made.
Well,
Nothing, because he did not have all this blood. He did not have all this graphic violence. He scared the crap out of you. It's a scary freaking movie, but it's not gruesome.
No.
It's just
at the time
really
it was thought to be.
freaking scary.
So much so that John Carpenter, who directed Halloween 2, turned it down so many times. He didn't want to do it. Apparently, he said he only got through the movie because he wrote it drunk. But
Yeah.
it was to the point, too, where it was...
the sequel?
Yeah, the original Halloween, like you said, Dan, had zero blood in it, was not... I mean, it's credited as being a slasher, but you're not seeing a lot of people getting gutted.
No.
And apparently what they wanted was... So between Halloween and Halloween 2, a movie comes out called Friday the 13th.
You've never heard of it. It's indie.
And so what happened was that, like I said, slasher, people getting hacked. So the studio then wanted Halloween 2 to be similar to that.
Right.
So if you ever watch Halloween 2, it's a straight up slasher.
Right.
It's brutal. It's a lot different. But I agree with Dan. It's like
fun.
I like it, but I agree where it's.
But we're talking about Halloween, the
no,
original.
if you touch, and I agree, if you touch Halloween, what are you going to do differently? Like, I'm not totally against remakes. Like, I feel like there are some you can still touch. Like,
there are movies you can remake.
Take a lesser known franchise, like, I don't know, if you want to do, like, maybe Black Christmas, Prom Night.
Sure. There's a bunch of movies you could probably even make better than the original.
Yeah.
Christmas Evil.
But it's like Psycho. They did do a remake, and what a ridiculous disaster that was.
Well, they realized you can't do anything to it.
The Vince
original-
Vaughn?
Slumber.
Yeah.
Slumber.
In the original film, it's like you're not going to make it any better. It's not possible. So just leave it alone. The Wizard of Oz, not a slasher movie. You're not going to make it better. So just leave it alone. And there's just
Make
some
it a musical.
some movies should just leave them alone and let them exist in their classic world
Shopping mall.
and not
Oh
remake 'em.
man,
There's one
the
way.
masterpiece.
There's one way you can remake Wizard of Oz though, and it's already been done.
Called Wicked?
No, it's called. You just play Dark Side of the Moon, while Wizard of Oz is playing. There you go.
I actually tried that once. I got about halfway through it. It does work. It actually does match
Yeah.
up. I just got bored.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not saying I'm saying it's something different. You know, it's like, oh, there's a cool experience.
Yeah.
You could try watching it with your eyes closed. That's different.
There you go. Then you don't have to turn the movie on. Just listen to the dark side.
Okay. So, what were we saying?
I need to look at my notes.
I didn't even write notes.
Well, we're still kind of
I am
talking about
so proud
actors,
of you.
right?
So many love.
Yeah,
You fell
but
asleep and you didn't make it. I love that. I
did-
wish I would have done both.
What did we think though of the use of the theme in the original versus this one?
The music theme?
Yes.
Oh, the
Where it
theme
came
song?
in
yeah.
hella
Well, this
late?
was just hammering you over the head.
Well,
Literally.
coming in like
Every
Mission
scene.
Impossible.
Literally.
I think to me, like I said, I think this was used more. Sometimes it was like a little nudge. Like it's the scene where I feel like it's the little things building up. Where like I think at one point he's just walking in the hallway. It's like it's the Halloween theme because it's gonna be Michael Myers. I'm like okay, like it's
It would-
not.
But it would be like. Go ahead, finish. Now
But I'm just saying, it's like I feel like the first film was a little more subtle with it, and you had a lot of more your music cues that tied with the score, and there was not any of that in this one.
It would, to me, it would be like if you made a Mission Impossible movie. You know how they always have, like, they have the whole cold opening, which
Yes.
usually lasts like 15 minutes, and then it goes right to the.
It's always with the reveal.
But it's with the reveal.
But then it doesn't play
it'd be
for the
like
rest
if
of the
they
movie.
did that like 7 times in the movie.
Yes.
Like every time they got to a
Yes.
climax, they would start again.
well, it almost
And you can't
it
do
almost
that.
it almost be like if they were playing the theme over like the studio logos as the film's coming in. It's like okay, like
Yeah.
because that's the thing.
It
is
was
like
very self-conscious. Every time the theme of Halloween came out, I was very conscious
because
about it. It's like,
Mission
oh,
It was
Impossible.
very like remember
Yeah.
that
That's
old
what I'm
movie.
Yeah, that's
saying.
the theme, baby.
Because, yeah, no, I agree. I agree. It's, but a lot of it too. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough. Did the theme sound different in this
It
one?
just sounded more
like
produced.
Yeah,
Like
electronics.
way
yeah.
more produced.
Okay, yeah.
Like bigger and
Yeah. Because I will say though the one thing I did, I'm interested, Dan, in your fan edit that you watched because I actually did.
I didn't get that far into
No,
it, by
I
the way, when I
actually
realized.
think it probably would have
You
made
made it.
a cool opening. Was where you watched it, where you walked up because I kind of liked the scene where he's waiting outside and it kind of goes sepia and it's showing like the court story and it's kind of like showing footage. And like news corporate. I actually kind of like that. I was like, that actually probably would have made for a good opening of a remake.
Yes.
Because it's like, you know, it's something from, but we're seeing it differently. It's like, hey, like, it almost kind of is like the Superman movie that just came out, where the beginning is like you get your text and then Superman crashes. It's like we don't need to see that origin.
But-
it's he just killed everyone. Let's go.
Right. So you do that. He gets arrested, and now we need to jump ahead to adulthood. We don't need all that crap of him being a kid and being examined by awful Malcolm McDowell.
Well, Malcolm
I mean, straight up.
McDowell.
And I have so much respect for his career, his early career. He's
Right.
a really fine actor, but man, he was mailing that one in.
Well, apparently,
and I have a story.
I don't
which
know. I
I'd
don't know
love
how.
to tell.
I don't know how true this is, but apparently Malcolm McDowell ruined a lot of takes in this movie because he was just making people laugh, like purposely. So
you
think,
gotta take a joke somewhere.
yeah.
You know,
But
I
he's a
mean, he
really
was just-
fun character in two.
He was just
He's in the
collecting a
second one?
check.
Yeah. So like, I don't imagine we're covering it on the podcast because reasons. But in two is not a remake of. So two starts off looking like it's a remake of two in the hospital, but then they're like, actually, it's just a dream, and then the rest of the movie, it's a completely original story. And in it, Loomis comes back as like a celebrity writer who's like super obsessed with himself
Oh gosh.
and like a
What?
total dick. And it's actually a much more interesting like character arc as far as like he and Laurie are completely different characters.
Well, we didn't get much of a character of Laurie in this first
Yeah, well,
movie at all.
you don't get the same Laurie in the sequel either.
No,
She's kind of
you
a
got-
dick.
you got
She's
plenty
kind of
My-
a dick too.
my-
To be
Boobs
honest,
in this sequel.
You got
And
boob, you got
bagels.
boob,
You got
boo-
boob everywhere you
got
turn.
You got boobs.
Hey, hang on, boob, murder,
No,
boob, murder.
I remember. No, I remember.
That's
no,
a clip. We're
no,
clipping that one.
I remember.
murder.
No, I
That's
remember
what
when
it was.
Sam.
Oh, there's some boobs. Okay, now when someone must die.
When the movie wasn't working for Sam, I texted Sam. I was like, Sam, what part are you on? She's like, I think there's like a sex scene. I was like, that's
Which
half
one?
the movie.
Give me
I
some
was like, that's
context.
half
I was
the
Where are we
talking
in
to
the
my
movie?
other friend, and he's like, "Oh, how's it going?" I'm like, "There's people are just having sex." He goes, "That's the whole movie.
Yeah.
Just sex."
So was Donald Pleasance in the sequel of the
He
original?
was in
He
like
was. He
five
was
of
in-
them. He was
Oh,
in
he
a
was
bunch
in-
of them.
he was in the first 6
And then, yeah.
Remind me where I'm wrong.
every
I
time.
thought at the end of the first one,
Mhm.
Michael Myers, and don't quote me exactly, but I remember him laying dead at the bottom of the window. Her looking back out, and he's gone.
Yes.
Yes.
And then Donald Pleasance says, "You can't kill the boogeyman."
Yes.
That's
so
correct.
that's the end of the movie.
Yes.
Yes.
So how did he end up in a asylum in the
So,
second movie?
no.
He
didn't.
didn't.
Oh, I thought you said
No,
in the
no,
second
no.
movie he was in an asylum.
No, he said hospital. So basically, in the second movie of Halloween 2 is the same night. So after the police leave, Laurie gets taken to the hospital to get examined. You know what's going, and then Michael follows her.
Oh, he just shows up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a storyline in this one that they play out in the original. It's not there, and it's the
I know
whole
where you're
thing
going
about
to.
Laurie being Michael's sister. So that wasn't
Is
in
that in the original?
It's not in the original.
okay,
it was
good.
a retcon that
No,
they
I mean,
did.
was it in the sequels of the original? The
Yes.
original sequels?
Yeah. So for Halloween 2 at the hospital, part of the reason why they play around with that is that they give the motivation that he's after her because she's his sister. But that wasn't in the original. In the original, it was just crazy guy goes out and,
Right.
obsesses over the first thing he sees.
Is it just me, or was it kind of over the top? I think that's where I was kind of done with this movie. Is when
He pulled out the
Laurie-
photograph.
No. Right after that, where Laurie
And he
gets
says,
knocked
"Who's
out. When Laurie gets knocked out, and then she wakes up, and you're in like, it almost seems like you're in like a Halloween Horror Nights maze. And it's
Yes.
like the Judith Myers.
Yes.
The gravestone.
And then a
The
pumpkin.
gravestone's in the attic with the pumpkin. I was like,
And then
are
another
you
naked
serious?
person?
Yeah,
Another boob.
the friend. Yeah.
Not having sex this time.
Not having sex
because
is-
she's dead.
Yeah. No,
Dead
I
boob.
was just like, are we doing this gravestone like horror night?
They tried.
I'm going to flip us for a second.
But another thing too,
When you're
Or
done.
not.
let me know if
When
I
he's done.
let me know if I missed something, because I know you have to have your suspension of disbelief. But this one, I was like, where did this come from? So it's the scene where, okay, so Michael Myers escapes, and we don't even have to talk about it. He has this whole thing in this movie when he's a kid, how he likes to make masks.
Yeah.
And then his asylum, he has like mask, and
All the
Danny
masks, yeah.
Trehill's like, oh, don't touch his mask. He
Yeah.
doesn't like that. And then, so basically, we know the origin of the mask in this one is the sister's boyfriend had it because he likes.
Kink.
But then,
The Captain Kirk mask.
yes, but then suddenly, when it's like 17 years later, he goes into the attic and he just pulls up a floorboard and he pulls the mask out.
Yes.
Wait, what about it?
You didn't miss anything.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, who knows?
It bothered me.
You missed
so
nothing.
much.
Out of everything, that bothered you?
I understand because I get stuck on things like logic things and it bothers me, but I can't help you on this one because I have no idea
was
what
that
happened.
under the floorboard? Like what?
Because before the boyfriend died, he put it under the floorboard and nailed it down and then died. I
Duh.
have no idea.
Oh.
That was the thing. I was like, you couldn't. I don't know. Like.
You couldn't just break into a Halloween shop and grab a Captain Kirk mask and continue on with your day?
It's like they do this whole thing with him.
I don't even care where he found the mask.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like you have the whole thing of him wanting to make masks, and it's like, and then he just finds one in the floorboard.
Look.
Why Captain Kirk? Is there some reason why that was the mask picked in the original Halloween? Became the thing?
Probably because it was
I think it was
low
like
budgetary.
Yeah, budget reasons probably. I've never really looked.
It would have been so cool. It was like a Nixon mask.
That would be.
I think
that
it
would be a movie called
hilarious.
Point Break.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah,
Just
Malcolm McDowell.
Loomis in the original versus Loomis in this
Oh,
one.
Donald Pleasance was great.
I shot him 6
Great.
times.
I feel like you felt that he gave a shit. This one's more like
It was but it was written so much better.
because
Dialogue, the act, and again, I don't blame the acting in this movie. I mean, except Malcolm McDowell was just over the top.
evil has come to
Insane.
your little town, sheriff.
He was like,
But-
look at the cover. That's how I remember.
And that's the thing is, I feel like a lot of this movie too is just like assumptions, like, and then this happened. You never see it because it's like, so I like the idea when actually I thought it was a good scene when they're with the I keep saying the orange juice when the orange juice is on the table when Michael's a kid and Malcolm McDowell when they first meet and they're talking and then Malcolm McDowell's like, oh well, you know, you don't remember anything about that night, you don't know what happened. He goes, nothing happened that night. And he keeps saying, oh, can I like see my family? So it introduces this thing. It's like, oh, like his perception is different. So it goes from that to then he kills the nurse. And then he's like, oh, Michael hasn't talked to me in 15 years, but I read this whole book about him. And I did this whole thing where I can't help you anymore. Everything. It's like, how did anything progress when you guys never talked and you just sat there? And you wrote this whole book calling him the Antichrist. It's like, I can't help you anymore. I have to move on. It's like.
But you haven't.
I want you to remember this conversation. So when I launch into a logic thing, you can't say to me, Dan, you just got to accept it. You just got to go with it. Because I agree with you.
Oh, you know
you are right, but you never do this.
You know why?
You never do this.
Because it bothers
you. always
you.
accept it.
Fight.
Because it bothers you.
No, but you know what I'm saying? You never go through this. This thing you're doing right now, I agree with you. But you always
about to
just
say I respect
accept
you.
stuff. And this one you're not.
I do it a lot because it bothers you.
Interesting.
I do it a lot because it bothers you.
You do what?
I just say, Dan, just forget. I agitate you.
Oh, okay. Because I agree. I mean, but that's because this is a really, really stupid, bad movie.
And like I said, I mean,
Okay, now listen here.
No,
Let's get
I'm-
down to the
no.
brass tacks. This is not a
Dan,
good movie.
And I'm not.
What, you didn't like it?
I'm
Didn't
not.
say I didn't like it.
I'm not saying it would be a better movie if he got to do what he wanted, but I'm just very interested because, like I
It
said,
would have been a better movie if it hadn't been made.
well, all I'm saying is at least if Halloween, I'm gonna call it Halloween Year 1. If Halloween Year 1, this whole thing with him being in the hospital, at least if we got a whole movie with that, while I could say it wasn't a good movie, it would have been something different. I was like, I would like
Who
to
would want to see that movie? You've got no killings. You've got no mass murder. No one wants to see that
Boring.
movie.
I don't
This
know.
is not One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This is a movie,
But
a
it could have
slasher
been.
movie.
One flew over the pumpkin.
That's what's so weird that they spent so much time in the hospital.
I think it's
Because
because
who cares? Let's get to it.
I think he was kind of
Agreed.
obligated to remake the exact Halloween 1 movie, but I just don't feel like he wanted to. I feel like he did it just because
Yeah, because
that's what was expected. Because from what I've read, the stuff that really is most interesting to him is the stuff before.
But even then, that was boring.
Yeah, it wasn't well done.
no,
that's fair.
The thing is, once we got to the original, once he got to the remake, which you're saying he didn't want to make,
Yeah.
that makes sense to me because he didn't. He didn't remake it.
Copy
all
and
he
paste.
did was come up with circumstances for Michael to kill somebody.
Yeah.
There was no storyline going on. There was
And
no
boobs.
thread going on.
A
It
lot of
just became a
boobs.
series of killings that was just like, oh, now we're alone in this house. okay, you're gonna get killed. Now we're, it was so stupid.
And
Yeah.
no, Dan, and that's what I'm kind of saying too. Is while I agree with you that the first half in the hospital isn't great, it's surprisingly to me
lively?
minus the beginning with him at home. It's to me, and okay, I did kind of like the scene too where he like followed the bully out and he had like the branch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine with that scene and on, like I said, even though it's not great, Dan, I think it's the more interesting part of the movie.
Yeah.
I agree. It wasn't well done, but it is the more interesting.
No,
story.
and
You're
and
right.
some more
A lot
some
of it
more
though, just because Malcolm
backstory.
McDowell was
Compliment.
so bad.
Some more backstory. Apparently, Rob Zombie, because like I said, all the interference with the studio, he said that he hated making this movie. It was horrible. It was terrible. He didn't want to come back for a sequel, but he decided to come back. And the problem is I think the studio with the lines, it was kind of contradictory, where now when he did the sequel, the studio was mad because they're like, everything is the same now. Like, it's the same as the other movie. I want to do something different. And he was like, look what I was trying to do in the hospital. That was stuff that was different. And they're like, so apparently he said he even had a worse time making the second movie.
I don't feel bad for Rob Zombie.
I don't either. He cried all the way to the bank.
Yeah.
No, I think he
Whatever.
actually
He could've made a
enjoyed
better
making the
movie.
second one.
Oh, he did?
Because he got the studio to agree to let him do whatever he wanted.
Oh, see, I guess my story wasn't true then.
How was
Well, no,
the
I think-
first movie? How did it do in the box office?
It did well. The budget was $15 million.
Oh wow.
And
I think it did like 80 million.
I think it did
Oh,
about
wow.
80. Yeah.
Dan, I think what you really need to do to truly understand this movie is to watch the making of documentary. It's on the special features of the collector's edition. It's a 4.5-hour documentary. And if you sit down and actually watch it, I think maybe you can pull your head out of your ass and enjoy how much of a masterpiece this really is.
Dan,
Okay.
Dan, you just got to accept it. You just got to let it be.
You just gotta let it be. You just gotta accept it.
I was trying to help you through this.
I don't know. I've actually, I will say, Frank, I actually have seen some of the behind the scenes, like, of the process.
I feel like it'd be way more interesting.
it's way more interesting. It's
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
actually,
sure.
it's pretty cool.
It would have to be.
It's pretty cool.
I don't know how they get off on making a 4.5-hour documentary on this
That's
movie.
crazy. Where is it? How
It's
do
on
you
the
watch
special
it?
features.
It's on the special features, but I may
It's on
let
YouTube.
you borrow it.
It's on YouTube as well.
I'm good. I'm good.
Is it?
I have a question. How
Yes.
I might have missed this, but how did he know where Lori was, and how did he know that's his sister?
You ask good questions.
So
Science.
So here's the thing.
You're right. Thank you guys.
This
DNA.
is
You're right.
And I heard he plays a bigger part in the sequel. So
Who?
the sheriff. So
Brad Dourif?
Brad Dourif. So what we know is, I
Oh,
guess.
that's right. He knew.
Yeah, Lori.
Yeah.
Because she was adopted.
Yeah, because
Right.
Lori
he was the one.
Lori
that did
was
that.
as we know, the baby in the beginning, and I guess he said that like when the mom killed herself.
No, that I understand.
No,
but how did?
I'm
okay,
saying
okay,
I don't
sorry.
know. I'm saying point is somehow when he saw her walking or something, he's like, oh, this
Oh,
must
no,
be
they
the
did
photo.
smell. They did a whole. Remember when
he
he did
kn-
that big sniff, and I went, "Oh, he's smelling."
He
it."
knew from that, and it's like it's
Do you
somehow
remember-
a photo.
Do you remember that shot? So there's like one quick shot where he goes, Michael Myers.
Like a fucking dog.
Michael Myers does that. Yes. I go look back in the movie. He does it. And he did that. I went, "Oh, this has to mean something."
Oh God.
I didn't connect
So
it
he
yet, and then
remembered
later
from
I
the
went,
scent of a
"Oh, okay, it's
baby?"
the scent of his. Yeah.
You know
Sometimes
what?
you just know it's
I
your
was gonna say
sibling.
crazy people. They
Okay,
have their
now
ways.
you're being regular, Travis. Now you're connecting dots
I'm
that
not.
don't
I'm just
exist.
saying that. I'm just joking.
He does that a lot.
That was a joke. But okay, so
Eh,
going
Funny.
back because we keep bringing up Danny Trejo's character.
Danny who?
Danny Trejo. I will say.
Trejo.
Trejos.
I will.
There's
Tacos.
Trejo's tacos.
there's an S
Tacos.
there.
I will. This is the thing I'm gonna say about his character.
Oh wow. I
That's
didn't
all
know
you
there
gotta
was
say about
anything
that.
that needed to be said about his character. Janitor.
Okay, if you were Danny Trejo in this movie and you clock off from your shift and you see something weird going on, first off, I would say I'm out here. Second of all, if I walk in, I think people are dead. I see dead bodies, and Michael Myers walks up to me, and especially, would you say, "Okay, let me put the handcuffs on you.
Oh come on, Michael. Let me. Put
Let's
these
go back
on
to your
you."
room"? I would say, Bye.
Oh yeah, I'm out of here.
I would leave. What would you do in that situation?
But
I
again,
wouldn't even be there in the first
I was
place.
gonna say, but again,
She would have been home
you're
already.
actually calling out
Hello,
moments,
I'm leaving
which
early.
is which
You would
is
have
fine.
said noise, not my
But there
problem.
is no logic to almost anything that goes on in this
Well,
movie.
you
It's
got-
just there for another killing.
Dan,
he has to kill
it's-
Danny, so Danny has to be
It's
there.
me seeking answers and hoping.
There are no.
It's me hoping that since your version was 15 minutes longer, I don't imagine what
Maybe
that
you
15.
should call Rob Zombie and ask him why the fuck this shit happened.
Hello?
Hey, Ronald.
Because it's
Trying to make order out of chaos.
it's
Dan.
just
You don't
it's
understand.
just it's a again it became clear to me so early on we're just doing little murder vignettes. How can we get somebody else in a place where we can kill them? That's all it was.
And honestly, that's how his movies are. Like,
Well,
that's
then I don't
his-
ever see another one of his movies.
Well,
That's stupid.
I mean, you see the thing,
Well,
though?
You don't
having
even want
a
to see
Rob
Monsters?
but
Did he make this Monsters?
He
Yeah,
remade the
the
Monsters.
remade
Yes,
one,
he
but
did.
Which one? I might have seen it.
2023.
It's the one that
20
looks like it was made by Party City.
by Spirit. Yeah,
I
Party-
think I
was-
saw it.
Yes.
was
It's on
like-
like Netflix or something.
Yes.
I think I saw it on Halloween one year.
Oh, Lord.
Wait, who plays Herman Munster? It's somebody.
obviously.
Well, wow, Travis, that was rude.
No,
I'm gonna look it up while you're talking because I don't listen to you anyway. Okay,
I think
Well,
it is a
so-
somebody.
it is somebody. It's like
See-
it's this really random
His wife's
somebody.
See,
plays
Dan,
Mrs.
This is where
Munster.
I'm gonna say that it's interesting how this is a formula. Like I said, I'm usually defending it. I don't mind because, especially in the 80s, that's what a lot of these slashes were, and that's what a lot of Friday the 13th movies are. Because I will say, like, the drawback of Friday the 13th movies is a lot of them you're just kind of waiting for the next scene, and it's just moving characters, and they're boring. But for whatever reason, in this movie, I don't know if it's just because it seemed so rushed. That second half, at one point, I was losing interest.
Oh my
As-
gosh, absolutely. Okay, 2022.
Yes.
Sheri
Sheri
Moon
Moon.
Zombie. Jeff Daniel.
Ew.
Right, Jeff Daniel Phillips. Daniel. Wait a minute, is this right?
It is right, but I don't.
It's that. Is it Jeff Daniels who plays?
No, this
It's
is a
not
different
that one,
guy.
yeah.
It's not that one. This is the one I think he was also in. He was in Halloween. I think he was one of the orderlies.
I saw part of this movie as much as I could stand watching.
I heard it's horrible.
Didn't it look like they filmed it like in an
Yes.
afternoon?
It looks
looked
like
like it was
on
all shot
somebody's
on
DSLR.
video.
No.
Yeah.
No, Dan,
At the Party City.
it honestly looks like a Party City commercial.
Yeah, it's really stupid. I didn't hear what you just said, but I'm sure I agree with you.
Okay.
You went through a whole thing.
Wait,
I really
Frank,
wasn't
you
listening.
said you watched the second time because you were like, oh, maybe I do like
You
it.
were in denial.
Yes, I watched
Maybe it's
it.
better
And
than
then,
I thought.
yeah.
I
what
watched
did you
it
think
once.
after? Uh-huh.
Well, I'll let you infer, but I watched it once in 2008, 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched the second time in like 2011. No, 2013. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched it again for the podcast. So that should let you know what I thought of it the second time.
Did you see the second one in theaters?
No. I think the second one had already come out before I watched it the first time.
So because that one was 2009.
2009. So that's probably when
Oh,
I
wow.
watched
It's
it.
like only 2 years
But
after.
no, they cashed in on it fast.
Was that also the same, like, do people like that one?
No, I heard some people say the second one's even worse.
Oh.
It's kind of like the ones who enjoy it say that it's definitely a better film,
Which,
but
A
it's
film.
still trash.
which is weird because it's like I feel like, yeah, like I said, I feel like it's very polarizing because I was looking on Letterboxd. Some people that I follow that hated this one liked the second one, vice versa. And then
okay.
some people just straight up hated it too. But I think it's because, like, spoiler, they bring back Sheri Moon, and she kind of plays like a dream. She's like in like his dreams,
Like freaking Scream?
yeah, like something. And then there's like, isn't there like a unicorn or something in the movie?
What?
Okay, so then this is I actually did enjoy this part of the sequel. So when Laurie comes out of this movie, she starts the sequel with PTSD, and it's like really like heavy. She's having bad dreams. She's like isolating herself from everyone. She's doing all those like edgy teen things, and the movie plays with the idea that she's kind of touched by the same insanity that
Michael?
Michael is. So throughout the movie, Michael actually has a lot of moments where he gets these like delusions of seeing his mom at the end of like a long white hallway, wearing a white dress and like holding like a horse. I don't know if it's a horse or a unicorn, but it's like it's big like on symbolism and basically
angelic.
And then towards the end of the movie,
Dun,
Laurie
dun.
starts having those same like delusions, and it ends with her like it ends with I think the sheriff's shooting and killing Michael, and she kills one of the sheriffs, and she ends up in a mental institution.
No, they don't. They don't kill Michael.
Well, they do because they killed this franchise after this one.
I was going to say, did he have plans on
continuing? They actually
continuing?
chopped him up and burned him in Halloween Ends, and I still think they're going to make another Halloween movie with
Oh, of course they will. But Halloween Ends is actually not that bad.
When Donald Pleasant said you can't kill the boogeyman, what he was actually saying was, we're going to make a ton of movies after this. That's what he's actually saying.
We're obligated to make
Halloween Ends, they transferred it to the other guy.
They literally burned it down. Well, they put him in a thing and burned it.
They
transferred it.
They did the Halloween 3.
So just going based off of Rotten Tomatoes, it does seem like this movie has a higher score. So Halloween 2
gets 11%.
Halloween 2 had 25% critic rating and 44% audience rating.
And what did one?
Whereas this one had a much higher 28% critic rating and a 59% audience rating.
So they really liked this one.
Oh yeah, this was a hit.
This was a hit.
What do they call it? Hit.
Halloween 2. Fucking insane, but I think it has better cinematography than.
Why do they keep bringing this back?
Well, so they keep trying different things because, so John Carpenter, like I said, he never wanted to do a second movie ever. So when he did the second movie, Michael kind of dies in an explosion. The hospital blows up. So they then went with the third movie. They said, you know what, like Michael Myers is done. Why don't we just franchise the name Halloween? And make an anthology.
That was the original.
That's the season
that was the
of
original
the witch,
idea.
right?
Yeah.
Was that every movie now would take place on Halloween, but you'd have different events, different stories. So they did Season of the Witch, very underrated movie. But the thing is, when it came out, people didn't like it because they're like, where's Michael Myers? So it did horribly. So then they came back and they did, we're gonna do Halloween 4. The Return of Michael Myers.
He's back.
Which I'm not gonna spoil it because I think it actually I like the fourth one.
I don't think you can because I'll never watch it.
But I want
it's got a great ending.
I want Sam to see it.
Can I just watch the ending?
Yes,
the fourth one you said?
I think the fourth one.
I
think the problem is just like I said, everyone's and then you do the fifth movie, which is completely.
Oh please God, don't walk us through every freaking movie.
I'm not going back to
back.
Talk
about the sixth
but
one.
Then the sixth one is where it really.
No, and then I think it's just because they keep trying different approaches. With the sixth one, they kind of do what?
Oh my God, you are walking us through every movie.
Paul Rudd's
you
in
know,
this one.
You know what's really funny is you asked why do they keep remaking, and I'm telling you different approaches, and then you get aggravated that I'm answering your question.
I would just love a big broad stroke.
Mike,
we all do.
How many have they made, Travis?
They did 6, and then they did six, H2O, Resurrection. 8. And then they did
9 and
2
10.
Rob Zombies, and then they did 3.
11, 12, 13.
They did, they've
to
done
the end.
Yeah,
so they've done like 12. And maybe 12 or so.
I think they've done like 13.
And Halloween Ends was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Which I was so lucky to see. That was our very first podcast.
No,
the first one was Halloween.
I actually genuinely enjoyed it on retrospect.
The movie or the podcast?
The movie.
The movie's okay.
It's okay.
I thought it was okay.
What ends?
You know
what?
It's
okay.
I think
it ended.
It didn't really do much for one way or the other. I didn't dislike it, but I also didn't go, wow, this is like amazing.
Such a decline because the first one was so good. I was like, oh great, we're back. And the second one,
back.
Yeah.
You mean back from the very first one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. the new first one.
That's
a real we're back.
Yeah.
The beginning of the H40 trilogy.
And then the second one sucked because it was like what freaking a mob scene.
Okay, if you take out all the Evil Dies Tonight stuff, because I recently watched it and I was like, yeah, I get it. I get what's wrong with it.
I had a problem with the young guy and Michael Myers like teaming up.
Corey.
That was the third one, right?
I didn't really.
No, it's Halloween Ends.
Yeah, the third one.
You know why? I think it's because it's such a departure. It's such a departure from what
It's like Chris
set
Pratt
up.
nodding to the Velociraptors.
Well,
we're together on this.
What it was them trying to do
experiment.
It was them trying to do Halloween 3 again, Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
Because even the opening titles are the same thing.
Yeah.
So it was
People
them
did go crazy.
So it was them trying
For
to
those titles, yeah.
Yeah.
it was them trying to do a little
If it had been a separate movie about just
Corey.
Rory, Corey, Bori, Dory, whatever. Go ahead.
whatever his name is.
There you go.
Corey Cunningham, right?
It's going to bother Travis.
There you go.
though. Keep changing his name.
If it had been a separate
smirk.
look, whatever Ronan did,
Clory.
if McClory had just
There you go. Keep going.
McFlurry.
Keep going. It's going to drive
McFlurry.
him nuts.
I don't
He's going to
care.
keep correcting you.
like
I haven't corrected him once.
Yes, you did.
You want
Look,
to.
so-
No, I
want
don't
to.
care.
all,
It's
all I'm
eating you
saying is
alive.
that
It's furry.
all I'm saying is that Jordan's rampage in this movie was exactly what I feel like a Rob Zombie movie, if it had been done in the style of the originals, would have looked like. It was gory and brutal, but it still had the feeling and that atmosphere and that like presence of being a Halloween movie without being white trash.
Yeah.
So like I feel like that's mainly what's, and it sucks to say it because I know it's his thing, but I feel like just Rob Zombie's style is just a little too like
Much.
Like this isn't Friday the 13th. Halloween is very specifically about the evil of the unknown, and like you
You're
know
giving
like
too much.
yeah, you're like we don't need to know that stuff. It's not important. Michael Myers is not a character. Michael Myers is a name. It's a shell for
Entity. Right.
evil in general.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah.
I mean, I've
A
only
shape.
seen the original, the Halloween Ends, and this. And I don't feel
And he
compelled
says, I'm not
to-
impressed.
I don't feel compelled. I got to see any Halloween
Yeah.
movies. I mean, again, the original is a great movie.
Yeah.
Why do you keep looking at me?
No, because you and I have talked about it. It's a great movie. I'm not talking about a great slasher.
Yeah.
It's in itself it's a classic standalone movie.
Meg-
Now, do they need these sequels? Whatever. Hollywood loves sequels. They love to keep cashing in, but it's just, it's
I
like
just-
chasing that high, man.
Yeah.
They've been chasing that first
Chasing that
movie ever since they
waterfall.
came
I'm
out
gonna
with it.
tell you this. I'm surprised you have not said Jaws 2.
Well, I was
Okay.
Second
gonna
story.
say, actually, when you were saying that Carpenter resist, I was gonna say, well, why didn't he just do what Spielberg did and say, I ain't doing it because it doesn't need to be made, and just don't do it
He wants the money.
Because
he wasn't Spielberg who
Well,
was gonna do Close
and-
Encounters after that.
well, and
Because he's an artiste.
Artiste.
Well,
I
and
say.
I loved John Carpenter's made some really good
Well,
movies. I mean, The
Halloween-
Thing is another great.
Halloween was
a horror
also
movie.
Halloween was also not it was an independent film, so I don't know if it was like a rights
It was
thing.
made on like $10 and a cheeseburger.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a rights thing. I don't know.
Oh,
We can all agree
yes.
that John Carpenter had a window where
Actually,
he was really making some
I just
really
remembered.
good movies.
So the movie was going to be made with or without him because the deal that they struck with making the first one is that when the Accords agreed to fund the movie,
The Who?
the producers, the ones who like fronted the money, I think the agreement was just you have to keep making more movies. So they were gonna. I think they owned the rights to the franchise,
He did, yeah.
and it would, whether he was a part of it or not, they were gonna make a sequel anyway.
You meaning
So
Zombie?
He didn't have to do it.
He didn't have to do it, but I think it was more of like a, hey, well, like we made this thing, we don't want to see anybody ruin it, so let's try. And then when in the process of trying, they're like, yeah, no, we're done.
Well, and what's
You
funny?
know, Rob Zombie or John Carpenter?
No, John Carpenter.
And
Because
okay.
I mean, that you could, yeah, and okay, I hear you,
And
but
the fu-
again,
and-
it doesn't matter. I don't think it
I would
hurt-
abandon a baby
it
right
didn't
away
hurt
if I didn't
John,
want to do it.
It didn't hurt John Carpenter's career that he made Halloween 2. He
No.
went on and made a lot of good movies.
Oh yeah.
I would argue that it probably wouldn't have hurt Spielberg's career. It made Jaws 2. I think for Spielberg, it was more like there is literally no logical way this movie can be made, and it was proven by when it was made.
and
It
they
was
made
not.
3 more.
And it wasn't. There was no logical reason why any of those were made. It was ridiculous. Halloween's a little different, except he was dead at the end of the. No, he wasn't dead. He disappeared at the end, so he was still alive.
Evil never dies.
Can't kill
Evil
the
dies
boogeyman.
tonight.
Are we good for wrap up?
I'd love a wrap up.
That's what she said.
Who would like to start?
I'll start because mine's very short.
Mine's not long, and I wrote
I'm
it. How about
short
that?
too.
What's short?
My height, my
Film was bad.
I watched film. Film bad.
Film bad.
Score.
Film
Actually,
bad.
yeah, I didn't like this movie.
All right, now I'm gonna go.
So how many times
So
are you gonna rewatch it?
3,000 times.
Okay.
So I'm giving it a 1 bloody boob out of 5.
Do you have any
Oh, you
other
actually
thoughts?
scored it lower than me. Not much.
'Cause I
But a little
I
bit.
didn't see all of it because I fell asleep. So.
Do you have any other thoughts
she only
about
saw she only saw one boob.
Film saw 1 boob.
one boob, one
Man,
bad?
you must have fell asleep for a long time
1
because
star
there
for
were a
1
lot of
boob.
boobs in this movie.
Yeah.
It was just
If I was
gratuitous
awake-
booby.
It would
She
have been
only
5
saw
out
the
of
first
5.
15 boobs. She missed the others.
All right, I'm gonna go. If
Wow.
you,
Okay, bye.
I said everything I need. I said everything I need to say.
Yeah, I don't have a
And
lot
then I'm
to
gonna
say.
say it again,
Just listen. You can go back, listen to it again if you want. I wouldn't
or I'll
advise
tell
it.
it to you right now again.
No, but mine's actually a little higher than Sam's. Mine's
4.
no.
Like, how many times have you seen it again? 3?
No, this is my. I only saw it once.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I love that. Go ahead. I should listen to this podcast.
No,
Actually,
I'm
listen to
gonna.
him.
To me, it's a thing. It's like, I don't think it would have been, but it's the first half I enjoyed way better than the second half, and that's
Why
saying
is that?
I
Go
agree.
into-
I don't disagree
Go
with
into
you. I
great
think
detail.
I'm not.
I don't like
Tell me
origin
more,
stories that
tell
much,
me
but
more.
I agree with you.
This one I'll give like the highest I can ever give it is a 2
Nice.
Wow, that's high.
out of 5. And I'm just the thing I keep saying. Cups of
That's
orange juice.
still a C.
Is it
2.0 C average.
It's about a C cup.
You're
yeah.
giving it a C.
That's
a
a
C
good cup.
cup? There were a lot of.
There were a lot of C cups in this movie.
Okay, I guess I got to give it like a 1.5 then.
Ooh,
If
that's
you're-
more like I like
if you're
that.
if you're going
I
with,
made him go down.
because
that
because you
didn't
told-
sound good.
You made him go down a size.
Thank you for saving that.
what comes up must go down.
Okay.
Okay.
Heidi must
This
continue.
is not getting better.
Nope. I want to save yours for last.
So we're all pretty flaccid on this movie. So
Go ahead. That got Dan. Go ahead, Frank.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
give
and
him a second to recover.
No, in the original, and I was like, ding.
Go, Frank, go.
But then put on the original.
I don't have much to say about the movie.
Wait, what was it? 1.5 what?
Oh, cups of orange juice.
I like that.
If you don't like
Wholesome.
Oh, so now
That's
you
okay.
make
I'm
fun of
talking
yourself.
about items. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow.
And when everybody else makes fun
Clipping
of
that
them.
one too.
Mhm.
Ah, that's so funny. Go ahead.
This
Frank?
movie's a failure as far as like being a Halloween movie. It has none of the essence of it, except for the music, which it also
Which was very
overuses.
loud and in your face.
It was like it's like let's make it more industrial sound.
Yeah.
It just felt so full
Overproduced.
and overproduced.
New metal.
I think the sequel has a better like, it
The
has
sequel
a.
has lyrics on
I
the
hate
theme
that.
song.
I think it's better.
Michael Myers, Michael Myers,
No,
Michael
it's-
Myers.
Oh no, the
I
sequel
was nice. I was nice.
The sequel does have a theme song, and it's
All
"Love
right.
Hurts."
Love.
Oh, because that
Yes.
was in the first one.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's in there.
And it
Yeah, I
plays
forgot
a-
about that when Michael
plays a
Myers, like when
lot.
he doesn't go trick or treating.
They sing Love Hurts. Ay, ay,
Um,
ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, no,
Yay.
I've only seen this movie 3 times, and I don't
Only.
think I'm gonna see it many more times.
This year.
Sometimes
I would suggest listening to this podcast every time you want to watch the movie again.
Yeah.
Just
As a
listen to this
reminder.
episode.
as a reminder.
This is how.
You know that scene in The Simpsons where like he's got all of Maggie's pictures and it says
I
"Do
do
it for her."
That's my.
It's gonna be this podcast.
That's my.
Fucking stop right now.
That's my lock screen at work.
Is it really?
And no, and then I had it, and one of my coworkers walked up, and they were like, "Travis, are you gonna be a dad?" I was like, "No," and they were like, "Why do you have it?" I was like, "Cause I don't know, I like
Motivation.
the show."
So I'm just gonna give this movie, and
Don't you
It's-
dare give it a 3.
I was going to say a
It's-
3.2.
I will literally take that
3.5.
sound bar and shove it up your
3.5.
ass.
my score was sagging, but then I
Hey,
had a lift.
Dolby Atmos.
So a 4?
What
No.
the hell are you about to do?
It's gonna be higher
The
than
The
a 3.
the music is really lifting it up a lot.
Okay.
You can watch the original movie
Yeah,
and hear the same sound.
Two.
exactly. And it sounds better.
0.7.
8.
9.
2 out of 5.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
2.2?
That may be one of your lowest
2.
scores ever.
Yes, it's 2.5. Loud theme songs.
2.5. You said
gotta go.
2.5? Is that what you said? 2.5?
No, 2.
Oh,
2 out of 5.
2 blasting
two,
theme song.
period.
I remember
Period.
the first time. I don't know where it is in the movie, but I remember when the theme hit the first time. I went, "Whoa!"
It's when he was.
This is subtle.
I think it's when he was walking at the school, like after he got like detention or something like it was around.
I
then.
remember when it was really like obnoxiously like, oh, this doesn't belong here. It's when after he kills Judith or
Yeah.
before he kills, like nothing is happening.
Wait, Judith's
she's
his
just
sister?
his sister
Sister.
at the very beginning. Like she's like walking away from the room, and the music's just playing, but like the energy of the scene is very like not exactly
Not
where the
that
music
theme
is
blasting in your face?
Yeah, and it like it's playing like a chase scene, and nothing's going on.
But you know
And,
what?
and they did good.
Frank, I say though, I will hear out of place music because it's something I didn't bring up. I'm gonna say, then the dialogue. I hated the dialogue in this movie.
I was
every
about to hit that.
every conversation they had, all the friends, everything, every conversation in this movie, horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't bad acting. It was really bad
Yes.
dialogue, and
you
there's
didn't
nothing you
like
can.
the dialogue. You didn't like, bitch, I will skull fuck the shit out of you.
I don't
at
think
the
there's an
dinner
actor
table?
who can say those words and not sound stupid.
Yeah,
It's funny they did that Michael Myers with the Captain Kirk mask on twice.
yeah.
They did it when he was a kid, and he did it again to a naked girl later in the movie. The exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he couldn't even do original stuff. He kept repeating
No, and then
and
what's
regurgitating his own freaking stuff. Okay, I gotta go.
he didn't even want to do that stuff in the first place. So it's like kind of like forcing someone to not to like be creative in a space they don't want to
Yeah.
be in.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of question if he really wanted to remake a Michael Myers movie in the first place.
I don't know why he did it. Nobody made him do it. I was going to do a whole thing about content when I first made my notes, but I'm not going to go through that because we all agree the content was not
Dan.
good. You know, sometimes
I had stuff that I was gonna talk about, and I was like, it's not even worth
yeah,
it.
sometimes you can like, oh, I really like the music, and I thought the camera work was really good, and the lighting was really good. And my thing is, but if the content, if this is not good, who
Yeah.
cares? I mean,
Yeah.
ultimately, you can. So I'm not going to go through all that. This is what I wrote. This is a soulless, lame remake.
Wow.
The writing is so bad that the actors just look silly trying to make it work. The original Halloween should have never had a remake. And to me, this movie is untouchable. I mean, that movie is untouchable. And Rob Zombie proved it that he shouldn't have done a remake because he did make a remake. He, in fact, by making it, proved it should have never been remade. That's my
Drop the
Case in
mic.
point.
my biggest
Drop
point.
the mic.
He
And they
actually
haven't made a remake
himself
since.
proved it shouldn't have. So I'm going to give it a generous 1.3 stupid Halloween remakes out of 5.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Tell us how you really feel.
I thought
That's
it
really
was,
vulgar, Dan.
I thought the movie was really bad.
So soulless in that.
Really bad.
in
And
that
I think
score.
soulless is the way I felt
It
at
is.
the end.
It's a great
It's
word
like,
for it.
There's no...
There's
I
no
mean,
soul.
not that slasher movies have heart, but you need to at least
There's
care
something.
about something
it's a very
that's going on.
avant-garde
At least care.
choice.
You know, when
18
you're
layers.
when you're scared in a movie, you're scared because you're having an emotional reaction to what's going on. When you're not scared, I didn't never scared in this movie.
Yeah. The
I was
original,
I was
yes.
grossed
right.
out in
Yeah.
this movie. But I just stopped looking when I knew the bad stuff was coming because it was just, okay,
Yeah.
we're just going to get really sloppy and bloody here for a second.
Yum.
Yummy.
All right. See y'all next week.
So that was fun. What are we doing next week in our remake?
The Rob
The month of
Zombie
remake.
The Rob
documentary.
Zombie.
The Rob Zombie.
4.5 hour.
No. The Rob
documentary.
Zombie remake of Battle Royale. So, Dan, you're about to get sick.
Oh man, can you imagine he remade that movie?
And they're all white trash.
Hey, we are watching Quarantine, the remake of Wreck.
Oh, the remake of Wreck. That we saw the Spanish version
Called
Yeah,
Wreck.
now we're
Called
actually going to watch. Now we're going to actually watch the
Now we're watching
The right
American.
version. I mean,
So-
what?
So a friend of mine who we all know,
Brian?
not Brian, but we still know this guy, and I'll bring him up
Still?
when next week when we do the actual podcast. He actually talked about the American version, the English version, to me after when we did the Spanish version. So I remember the conversation, and I'm looking forward to seeing it actually. I hope I feel the same way after I've watched it.
All right, bye.
I think I got you to watch the remake after we talked about it, right?
Yeah, and now I just gotta watch it again. I recently watched Rec 2. Really good. I forgot how good it was.
I
Other than
Have
the
they
first.
made a sequel to it?
It's right after the
There's
first
4.
one.
I think there's
It
4
continues?
parts.
Yeah, it's like the Halloween 2 of
4.
same night.
Is Michael Myers in it?
Yes.
If you slow down, you will see him in the background for sure.
Love her.
Before I flip out, where does Michael Myers show up in the scary movies?
He doesn't.
Oh, they never use Michael Myers?
Mm-mm.
No.
Why?
Which is interesting.
Because
now that you think
because
about
That's so obvious.
They were just more focused on Scream.
Yeah.
Ghostface, yeah. I
And
don't think
then
they
they-
ever
they-
did
No,
like
they
the classic
did-
slashers,
Didn't they
no?
do other
Oh, they-
things?
They
That's
had
right,
like
they
they
didn't,
made
huh?
yeah,
No,
but
'cause
like
they weren't-
having, but they would like
Is it The
make
Grudge?
fun of
it.
like
Yeah, they moved on to
yeah.
that.
No, they never had Michael Myers.
Interesting. I
Or
thought it was.
Freddy.
I thought they were taking off on all scary
I
movies.
think it was just at the time, whatever was popular at that time.
They
It was
were
all
really
pop culture.
yeah.
They started off with like the 90s slashers.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there they jumped onto the
Signs.
like Signs and the J horror
Yeah.
American remakes, and
The
then
Ring, Grudge.
went somewhere else. I don't know
yeah.
where they
Well,
went.
and then you had a second scary movie, which was The Haunting, and
it was The Haunting
and
and I think a
Hollow
little
Man.
Hollow Man. Yeah,
It was
Wasn't the first scary movie rated R, and then after that they're all PG-13?
No, first
the
two.
first two. Yeah,
And then with because the first 2 were Wayne's brothers, then 3 and 4 were the Zuckers, and I never saw the 5th one.
me neither.
Me neither.
Oh, the Zuckers did some
They
of
did
them?
3 and 4.
How were they?
The 3rd one's
Terrible.
funny. The 4th one's horrible.
Yeah,
Who are the Zuckers?
They did Airplane,
Naked Gun.
Hot
Oh.
Shots.
Yeah, they were really funny.
that's
Yeah.
true. The third one was decent. It wasn't as good as 1 and 2, but it was
What's that
not
when
bad.
Charlie Sheen came in
Yes.
picture?
Yes, that's the one that did Signs and The Grudge.
Hot
Shots
Shots makes some funny stuff.
I
in it.
love the first 2.
I love the cooking the bacon and the eggs on her.
Oh yeah. I have.
Okay,
All right.
this was fun.
Out of context.
Yeah.
I mean, fun. You know,
As it could be.
as
Yeah.
fun as it
Fun
can
is
be
a
when you
word.
watch a really bad movie. But that's what we do here. It's Strangers in the Alps, a bad movie podcast. But please follow us, share us, recommend us, review us.
Like, subscribe.
Join our Patreon. No, I'm kidding. We don't. Have that.
Don't say
Our
that.
OnlyFans.
Don't.
Someday.
I just said it, so
Yeah.
there's nothing I can do about it.
Our only
Yeah, that's where we sell
Feet pics.
turbines
Oh.
and fan.
only.
The summer's coming.
Yeah. Sometimes I twirl
I don't know what we're doing.
because I'm the only fan.
All
But
right, bye.
next
That's what I
week we're gonna have a great time
Bye.
with the remake of Wreck, and I'm not done.
Oh, we're not
I know, I was like-
done.
So put your headset back on, dipshit.
You
Okay,
said you were
ready?
so done with this 20 minutes ago.
He was good to you, Travis.
I was good to you. I was good to you.
I'm
Dan.
taking mine off. All right.
All right. Join us next week for another episode of Strangers in the Alps, a movie podcast. I'm Dan.
Travis.
Sam.
Frank.
And we are
Good to you.
Out.
The out.